Hey guys, I'm back at Polk Park today, and this is Accountability Monday. Well, I'm going to be doing things a little bit different. I'm going to be telling you of my progress while walking this track. It's kind of a sad thing. I slipped up really bad and gained all that weight back. I'm back at 215 and I'm heart sick, but I'm not discouraged. I'm just that much more determined. The reason why I'm doing this is, well, all I do is sit at the table when I'm telling you guys how I've done. I'm not showing you much action of what I'm doing, and so that's not working. I've got to get back to exercising. Now, I used to walk all the time, and I have gotten so lazy and lagged behind, and it's awful. Now, normally I would have waited for my husband to go to work to do my accountability, but I was watching Keith Holt. Hi, Keith. And he showed a segment of his walking, and he's doing so awesome. So awesome. And that encouraged me to get off of my lazy bum, grab my phone, and come to the park. Now, I chose Polk Park for this because it's got the slopes on the ends. Now, it's a very short track, but it's got the slopes on the ends. So, therefore, I will be doing some exercise. It's not just going to be walking on flat. Now, the downside is there's a lot of din from the highway, and I'm sorry about that. As you can see, there's a freeway. So that's the downside, but I've got a big voice. Anyway, this is my attempt to be even more accountable. Because seriously, guys, I got to buckle down. Now, the one thing that was a mistake was me giving in and eating that first chocolate bar of the 50% cocoa, what we'd been getting from Aldi. Now, as I'd said, I was going to be doing the reviews once a week with Big Mouth. That way I wouldn't get back into the habit of eating bad junk, But my husband keeps buying the Aldi's chocolate, and yeah, it's alright, it being 50% and being small bars. The really horrible thing about it is those small bars are 220 calories. So I'm not doing myself any better than if I ate a full-size Hershey bar. So I like the Aldi chocolate, and I only reserve to eating one a day. Yesterday, though, I think I actually ate two yesterday. I'm not positive, but I'm disappointed in myself. So I went back to a couple videos back and I listened to myself. What I was saying that I'd done that managed to get me to lose 3 pounds, you know, and there's a lot of factors. Can't say I forgot. I just lost focus. It really, the way it is for me, I lose attention. It's not a good thing. Not in matters where I need to stay focused. Weight loss is one of those factors. I need to stay focused. I can say I'm ashamed. I can definitely say that. Now, I don't know how many laps I'm going to do. I'm already exhausted. At one time, I could walk 12 laps around this and more. I mean, this is only a 0.2 mile. Not long at all. In my first lap, I'm already exhausted. Dang. I sit around too much. And my body is letting me know that. So I just simply got to fight through this. The other thing that I have failed to do all week, which it really started the week before, after I had that 19-hour fast, which, you know, if you're not hungry, don't eat. I wasn't hungry. I didn't eat. It turned into a 19-hour fast. But by the next day, I was hungry. No matter what I ate, no matter how full I was, putting down extra protein, eating good food, not any junk food, and I was staying hungry, and I was ready to start my fast, and my body screamed bloody murder an hour after I started my fast. Like, why? I couldn't figure out why. I still don't know why. Because every day it felt hungry. Every day. And I'm definitely not into starvation mode. At any one point in time, you can read my few pages of what I've ate throughout the day. There is no starvation there, man. I'm not prepared to become sick with the eating disorder as far as it goes, turning anorexic. Forget that. I mean, as much and as lovely as it is to lose the weight rapidly, have it gone, have it down, become slender, it ain't worth starving, you know. They'd do it a better way. So, definitely wasn't in starvation mode, not by any means. But I don't understand why that I was feeling hungry when I shouldn't. I don't get it. I don't get it. So even today, Rich, my fast started late. I was like needing something, not per se hungry, but it's like my body was needing something, and I wanted more protein, but I didn't want to eat heavy. I turned around and ate 2 egg rolls. They're pork, so you know you got some protein in there. And honestly, I guess on top of the 2 egg rolls, I also ate on a small bowl of dry Honey Nut Cheerios. And I did this what before 11 o'clock. My downfall, 2 egg rolls plus a small bowl of dry cereal. I would have done just as well with 1 egg roll, and that's it. Don't know that it would have made a difference in the weight though, but I do know it made a difference in the weight for what I did eat, because I jumped another 2 pounds. Yesterday I was 213. I hate this ugly war. I tell you, I hate it. I despise it. But I think the one battle that is so greatly used is the body when it comes to weight gain and weight loss. I mean, yeah, there's sicknesses and diseases, but I honestly think the biggest battle is weight loss and weight gain, because it's a never-ending firing squad. You know, you've got the one side battling the obesity, which is on the other side, or vice versa. If you've got an overactive metabolism and you're so skinny that you look like you're anorexic, and you can't gain weight no matter how much you eat. Once again, the one side is fighting the unhealthy side and need to gain a little bit of extra fat for protection, for health. Not any of the bad fat, not any of the unhealthy fat, but the good fat. But I'm tired of this war. I'm 46. My daughter's getting ready to turn 27 this year. I started this battle after I had her. Believe it or not, I was 142. When my first husband met me, I was 142. And he complained I was heavy. Me and him took a walk. I used to live up a holler. Just a narrow passageway through some mountains with houses and old mining roads and stuff. Well, it just so happened that this little road we ran up was a cemetery road, and there was a path through it that used to lead to his house because he lived in the neighboring holler. So he wanted to show me the path, and there was an old rail that was seeping water across the pathway, so it was muddy. And he picked me up to carry me across it. Gallant. Awesome. How many men do that? Very gallant. Until he puts me down on the other side and says, "Bleak, Amy, you're heavy." Yeah, he used the D word. That made me feel pretty awesome. Here I was, 18 years old, and I just start seeing a guy who later becomes my husband, and he carries me across a mud hole and blanks, I'm hungry, I'm heavy. Well, so yeah, all through my teen years, especially when I did reach 140, I really became cautious of my weight, and so I walked a lot, but I was constantly riding my bike. And then, of course, you know, when you live at home with your parents, you have a controlled environment pretty well. Get up, eat your breakfast, go to school, have lunch at school, come home, have your dinner. Then you got to get right to your homework. No time for snacks or dessert. Get that homework done because you got house chores to do too, girl. So, yeah. I had to do the dinner dishes and feed the animals, on top of doing up to 4 classes of homework. It would take me almost till midnight. I hated homework. But anyway, so yeah, with me riding my bike all the time with my cousins who happened to live next door at the time, and what walking I did, I actually had made a miniature path in the old garden, so I would walk that periodically. And then just eating 3 times a day with an occasional ice cream later on before bed. I didn't gain any more. Got up to 142 and hung around 142 and 143. But I still thought I was fat. Thought I was overweight. Especially when I had checked on one of those store scales that you pay 25 cents for, and it showed that my ideal weight was 135 for my frame and height. So, okay, I was 7 pounds overweight. Big flip deal. Thinking about that now, like, okay, it wasn't nothing. But to me, at the time, it was something, you know? So when my future ex-husband now said, "Bleak, you're heavy," that just kind of threw me plumb over the top. Now, after I got pregnant with my daughter, I had morning sickness greatly. And I had lost down to about 132. But because I couldn't keep food down, I stayed dizzy. So, I really didn't get to celebrate my 10-pound weight loss because I was staying too sick. After I had my daughter, I lost the weight. You know, I got rid of the pregnancy weight. No problem. And of course, the gynecologist stuck me right on the birth control pill. And it started causing me to lose intimacy feelings for my husband. And so, on my next visit, I asked doc if he could change my birth control because of my libido running down. He was more than happy to switch them. I was more than happy to take them. Until the following month, I gained over 20 pounds. But my appetite had increased as well. Ree was rummaging through the house to find loose change to get me cans of light ranch flavored Pringles. All to myself, no sharing. Gone as soon as they're open. My own ice cream. Even though I thought I was doing it so right, because I got the fat-free ice cream. It don't cut no ice, honey. It don't. Believe me, it backfired. Ree would go to Taco Bell, and I would get the big 10-pack. All to myself. Ate 6 the first day, ate the last 4 the next. My appetite had no satiation. None. I loved everything, wanted everything. Only thing I'd lost my taste for was the big heart Valentine candy. That became oversweet for me. And I didn't like the majority of the flavors. That was a big flip, wasn't it? Get rid of one sin and continue with the 10 million more. Finally, I thought, okay, I don't want to gain weight. So I started doing the Slim Fast shakes. You know, supposed to stop your appetite for 4 hours. Bull. I was hungry within 2. I stuck with that until it became financially impossible and I saw I wasn't losing weight with it. Mind you, I'm only 20 years old trying to do this. The rate crept up fast, and I slowly saw my body go bye-bye. I even got into exercise. Remember the days of the leotards and tights? I had me a gorgeous red zip-up front leotard with black tights and those socks that folded down at the ankle. I'm not talking about just a tuck. I'm talking about the ones that folded like an accordion around my ankle. Boy, I looked so cool. I loved it. And I had a Fingerhut account. And I had invested in one of those ski-like machines, you know. Don't even remember what the name of it was now, but it had the bars that you could rotate your arms and the little slide pads. Slide your feet back and forth like you're skiing on a slope. And I did that rigorously, faithfully. And I saw that my clothes were getting somewhat bigger on me, and then I quit. Don't even know what got me to stop. Don't know what got me to continue gaining weight either. Other than my problem of eating seconds of everything I cooked. Apparently I'm a good cook, either that or I'm very prejudiced. So I found myself, by the time my daughter was 5, up to 216 from 142. Then my dear sweet sister-in-law. Oh, Amy's always gonna be fat. Whew! She said that to my daughter. And at the time, my daughter, oh no, I'm sorry. Megan was a lot older than 5 when I finally reached 216. My daughter was closer to about 10 or 11. And my sister-in-law told that to her. Your mommy's never going to lose weight. She's going to stay fat. When I heard that, because I was laying out in the yard, I was sunbathing, I jumped up and I put a few clothes on because I was wearing a bathing suit. Well, actually, I was wearing shorts, whatever top I was wearing. Anyway, so after I heard her say that, which, if I remember right, my daughter came straight down and told me. And that day, I started rocking the holler because I moved into my husband's holler, which was next to my mom and dad's holler. So I started walking that holler, and I walked a lot and every day. And I was determined to show my sister-in-law I was going to lose this weight and I was going to keep it off. Well, in time, I got down under 200. I don't remember how far down I got, but I did get under 200. And I told myself I was never going to see 200 again. I actually had kept under 200 pounds for more than 5 years. But started to backfire once again because of circumstances that I allowed myself to get into. I could have rejected, denied, but I gave in. Somebody moved in with us for a short time period, and they was bringing home all kinds of good stuff. Sodas, chips, yeah. I gave in. Well, I had continued doing all kinds of different techniques to stay under 200 pounds. Walking the holler and doing that lay down plan that I told you about. I managed, but I broke the lay down diet when that person was staying there at the house. And I got over 200. Anyway, it's been a battle. I ran some, and then I go right back into the stockade. Right back behind those darn bars. I want to stay out of the bars and continue fighting the enemy and get him off my back permanently. Then I'm free. Of course, with having to watch what I eat. Now and forever. Because honestly, every time I do eat junk food, I'm not happy. For one, I beat myself up. For two, it just doesn't taste as good anymore. But I do want my healthy food to be flavorful, you know, full of bursting flavor so that I don't end up wanting something else. So, I've been busy conjuring up a plan to somehow or another make the more healthy food taste exquisitely wonderful. Not so that I glutton on it, but so that I'm extremely satisfied and I don't have to eat more until I'm hungry. I haven't rehashed my deeper past in a long time and how I gained the weight and what I went through. It kind of gets me thinking a little bit. A lot of unhappy endings, but it doesn't have to stay unhappy. And as I said, I'm disappointed. I'm ashamed. But I'm not discouraged. I'm just that much more determined. So, I've already been talking at you for over 32 minutes, so I'm going to make this the very last, not to mention I'm pretty well done. I think we talked through 5 laps or so. Haven't been counting. But this is going to be my last lap. And so I'm going to say bye. And I appreciate all of you who are praying for me and those of you who are supporting me. My new subscribers, thank you. I love yous. And while we're at it, once again, I'm going to give another shout out to my son, who's going by the name of FireGamer 119, capital F, and Gamer, capital G. It's run together, but Fire and Gamer is capital lettered. Capital F-I-R-E, capital G-A-M-E-R. 119. I will leave a link in the description below. That way there's no mistaking. You won't have to search him up. He just started his channel last night with 1 video. And I'm so proud of him. Last time I looked, he's already got 3 subscribers, including me. And he had 33 views on his 1 video all overnight. I'm proud of my buddy. That's my boy. If my daughters would start a YouTube channel, I would promote them too. I love my children. They might not live here in Texas with me, but my heart is still there in Kentucky with them. I love my babies. And my granddaughter, who's going to be turning 8 this June. time flies. But yeah, so don't forget, check out my son, FireGamer 119. Hit the subscribe, like, and comment for him, because you know, he tries very hard to keep control over his life. And by this happening for him, I know it's boosting his morale. I couldn't be a more proud mom for my boy. I love my son. So that's FireGamer 119 with the description below. And I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.